Hello everyone and welcome to this YouTube video which is on the third house of the zodiac. In this video I'm going to be describing my interpretation and what I believe are the core themes and ideas on the third house. It will contain a lot of textbook information, however it will have my personal kind of spin on the third house, as well as the traditional meanings. So when we think about the third house of astrology, of the zodiac, what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at the house of communication. This is the house of socialization, of the mental realm. And when I say mental realm, I mean thinking style, not emotional style, but thinking style. This house also governs reading, writing, and speaking, and also our interpretation of those things as well. So not just the stuff that we put out there, but also the way that we receive information, the style of information that we like to take in, what we're comfortable with, what we expect, maybe what our experience of our own communication style is, as well as other people's. Now, with this house, it is also a house that governs early childhood experiences, typically early life education, the neighborhood that we were in when we were kids, siblings, so experiences with siblings, brothers, sisters. Was it positive? Did you have fun together, play together? Did you have a good relationship with your parents? Because your parents come into this as well. This is early life experience. And it also, as well as the neighborhood, it also rules short trips as well. And yeah, when we look at this house, we can really see education style. Like, was this person happy in childhood and early education, or did they have more rough experience, maybe felt isolated, or maybe didn't do so well academically? These kind of themes would show up in the third house. Now, the third house is the home of Gemini. Gemini is a mutable air sign, and it is ruled by Mercury. Gemini is associated with the twins, like that is what is symbolized by Gemini, is the twins. And what Gemini is, it's all about the joy of learning, the joy of novel, new experiences, the joy of variety. So those attributes are naturally imbued into this house. So when we look at the third house, the house of communication, thinking style, and early life experiences, we're also looking at, a house that is symbolized by the, variety of experiences, variety of information, taking a lot of information in, analyzing and organizing that information. Not in a big picture thinking way, which we'll get to that in a minute. It's actually in a informative, analytical organization kind of style, almost like taking information in, relaying that information, having a variety of experiences, and making sense of those experiences as well. With Gemini, it's all about asking questions. Like, what is that? What is that for? What does that do? What happens if I do this? What is that person like? What is it like over here? I want to know about this. I want to know about that. I want to find out these things. So Gemini is all about finding things out, and having a lot of fun doing it. So with the third house, that's where it comes in with these education-like themes, and early in childhood, we come into this world not really knowing much of anything. And we get to a certain age where we can start to talk, ask questions, as well as learn to read and write. And Gemini governs that part of our life. So naturally it would be Gemini, because Gemini is all about the, taking the information in, receiving the information, relaying the information. It's all about information, So it's this curiosity and the real joy of finding new things out and feeling inspired to learn, to learn about the world, to learn about other people. So the third house is all about learning and communication. When we think about the axis that this sign is on, that this house is on, we're looking at the third house, ninth house axis, because they exist along the same plane. Ninth house being long trips, higher education, big picture thinking, soul searching, soul seeking, soul searching, and truth seeking. That's what I was trying to say, truth seeking. So naturally, when we look at the axis that a house is on, we just flip it. So whatever the third house is about, ninth house is about the opposite thing. However, and also I forgot to say, ninth house is ruled by Sagittarius. So just like Gemini, it's like dealing with the same themes of information and curiosity. However, it's reversed. So while Gemini is very social, very busy, all about information and a variety of experiences and novelty, Sagittarius is also dealing with discovery, just like Gemini is, just like the third house is. However, Sagittarius and the ninth house in which it resides, that's all about, independence, independent learning, higher learning, big picture thinking, not socializing, really, not very busy. It's more of a isolated kind of adventure. Think of like a lone wanderer, lone adventurer. So the reason I'm talking about the ninth house and Sagittarius is because it helps us to understand the third house, and it helps us to understand Gemini and why Gemini is there. So even though these two houses and these two signs may seem completely different, and on the surface they are the opposite, they're on the same axis, and that means they're sibling signs. And why are they called sibling signs? Well, although they might seem very different, they're actually on the same axis. They're actually on the axis of discovery, so they're actually responding to the same problem, the same topic, the same ideas. They have very different ways of doing it. However, when you get to the core of it, what they're both trying to do is discover and learn about themselves, about the world, about other people. And that's really what the third house, ninth house axis is about. And that's what Gemini and its sibling sign, Sagittarius, is about. And if we wanted to find out about a person's communication style, we would look at the third house, and depending on what sign you see there, that would influence their communication style, their mental realm, their early life experiences, early education experiences, family, neighborhood experiences. For example, if someone has Scorpio there, they might be very, very perceptive, very sharp-minded, independent. There might be a bit of concern, a bit of worry there. Probably very intelligent, and that could be due to maybe some negative early life experiences. If we got Taurus in the third house, that person might be more of a slow communicator. They may be more interested and less interested in maybe searching and learning and about other people and investigating in the way a Scorpio third house would, and they might be more interested in maybe writing long books, researching. They might have a good ability to really sustain long conversations, long education, library sessions, research and things like that. The Taurus is very robust like that, so they might be very robust in terms of that communication. Person with Virgo in the third house, they might be prone to some nervous thinking, very good at organization, very modest at communicating, and they might prefer people to have that style of communication. They might get frustrated when information is relayed to them that is not in a readily accessible way that they have to make sense of. So Virgo very much likes to organize and put things into boxes and make sense of things. So if someone is communicating with them in a way that is all more hazy, thoughts and feelings, things like that, a Virgo third house might struggle a wee bit with that. Someone with their sun in the third house, their identity might be very wrapped up in communication and things like that. Communication, being busy, socialization. Person whose moon is there, they might get a lot of emotional nourishment and sense of safety and security from communicating and staying very busy. Third house is a very busy house, So yeah, I hope that was helpful to some of you, and I would appreciate if you gave the video a like and follow me if you are not subscribed to me, if you're not already subscribed, and leave a comment, as that would really help me out a lot. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.